Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new review. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well, my friends. Happy Fragrant Friday to you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. This is the channel that kicks your weekend off. You've seen the title and the description, so I am checking out yet another aquatic, a freshie. And so this wasn't sent in, but it was suggested to review by friend and subscriber Brian. And so I was going to get the travel spray, and for just a little bit extra, you get the 1.750 ml bottle. So I went ahead and got it, and I'm going to go ahead and review this one. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Chrome Azzaro. So keep that in mind during my grumpier moments of this review. So, as I said, he reached out, asked me, he wanted to know my thoughts on this one, and I want to be clear. This is the Chrome Extrême Eau de Parfum. So there is the Chrome Parfum, and then there's the Azzaro Chrome, of course. This one is the Chrome Extreme or Extreme. There's no circumflex over the E. So Chrome Extreme, and this is an EDP. So I want to be clear about that. This is a 2020 release, 2020. This one essentially is for, I think one of two people. Dudes who like aquatics, if you know the freshies, or number two, someone who doesn't like the Windex note in Chrome Azzaro. So as you know, people always complain about Chrome Azzaro, which I think is one of the most, crowd friendly. It's just the perfect gift, kind of like Nautica Voyage. Chrome Azzaro is just one of those things that you just can't go wrong for the dudes, for the 30 and up crowd. That's why it's perfect for Father's Day. It's fresh. It's also very powerful. The longevity is great. It smells unique. But some people say that it has a Windex note in it, and of course, I am not one of them. So if you're not from the States, Windex is a product used to clean glass, has a very distinct smell to it, and of course, I do not agree with that. I do not think that Chrome Azzaro smells anything like it. I think it smells excellent. That said, some people who don't like Chrome Azzaro because of that, and so this is kind of like Chrome Azzaro if you stripped away some of those elements. And then, of course, the next question becomes then would you like it? Because I'm on board for Chrome Azzaro, this one would be a superfluous choice for me. I love aquatics anyway. So this product is a like. This is a like for me. It's just not a love. And that's, again, coming from somebody. I love the aquatics, the freshies. And I'll say right now, this one to me would be absolutely spectacular as a shower gel. When I think of this smell or scent, I think of a shower gel. So let's talk about that, actually, the notes. I purposely am staying away from some of them. Was it apple? Because I wanted to focus on a couple. Number one, it has, of course, C notes in it. That's going to be no surprise to you as an aquatic. But I do want to point out that it has juniper berries, which is a note that I like. And then also the thing that really helps this guy along is the cashmere. Because if you're going to make an argument for an aquatic being quite generic, the aquatics are, if you don't know, they are a dog-eat-dog group. It's a highly competitive group with a lot of options out there, so you better be unique. This one is not the most unique fragrance, so I do worry that it's gonna get lost in the shuffle. It is the proverbial smells nice. It does. It smells nice, and what really helps it is the cashmere note that adds a little bit more maturity. So this one is relegated to me and to one of the middle school, high school, college stocking stuffers for Christmas. Little gifts like that, because again, or somebody who kind of likes Chrome Azzaro but just thinks it smells a little bit too much like Windex. So it's kind of a weird mix there. This one just has 18 to 22 written all over it. It's generic, but I mean, it is the proverbial smells nice and just not very unique. So, I mean, it's a solid like for me. I just think in the world of aquatics, and I do think actually that this channel is perfect for reviewing this one because I love them. So, a lot of reviewers do not like this class, but I do. I just think it's going to get lost in the shuffle. I did read a few people said that it smells like Acqua di Gio Profondo. Definitely do not get this one instead of that. That would be sacrilegious. Definitely, if you like Acqua di Gio Profondo, you should get a second job if need be, but make sure that you get that one instead. I cannot, in good faith, recommend this to save a couple bucks over that one. I would just get that one. If you're looking for a fantastic freshie with a little bit of personality to it that also smells great, you can never go wrong with my old friend Nautica Voyage. I personally love Eternity Aqua. That's my favorite. I wish it had just a little bit more longevity and projection, but that is one that I just absolutely adore. Polo Blue, I mean, the list goes on and on, doesn't it, when it comes to the blue aquatic fragrances. Acqua di Gio itself would be perfect. And so that's what I can come up with. To me, it's just kind of, it's a starter. Cologne, it's perfect for like the middle schooler, the high schooler, and then it's just got, again, 18 to 22 written all over it, because this thing can be had for about $20 for the 1.7 fluid ounces, 50 mil, so that's half bottle from what we normally use. But I mean, for roughly $20, it's totally worth it to put in a stocking stuffer. If you don't know. If you know a young man in your life who likes fragrance, but you don't know which ones, this is another one that I would include as perfect for him, because it's just that kind of out of shower, it's just a good starter fragrance. I really don't need to go into more detail there. So that's where I stand on this fragrance. It is a gift giving fragrance. I don't see this as too many. I wouldn't call this sophisticated, and I would say definitely that this is a signature scent for the young men out there. And so I don't see too many guys 25 and up rocking this as their diehard daily driver signature scent. But hey, if it is, by all means, let us know, and let us know why you chose this one over Chrome Azzaro, the original. I just feel like this one, I swear to you, I'm not cranky, actually. I'm not in a foul mood, but this one actually just has kind of cash cow written all over it. It just does. And the only thing that I can come up with, how if you watch me each week, I try to pretend like I'm in the boardroom for these houses like Azzaro, and I'm hoping that they said something like, it's time that we put out a Chrome Azzaro-esque fragrance without the notes that give it the supposed Windex feel. And that's all that I can come up with. Okay, so when it comes to projection and longevity and sillage, this one is an EDP, and I mean barely meets that expectation. This one, when it comes to longevity, really fits more along the lines of, I'm going to say 6 to 8, but I feel it's closer to 6 for me than it is 8. I mean, it would really drag. Have you seen, if you've seen those marathons where somebody's or even Ironman races where somebody's struggling to get to the finish line and another runner puts his arm or her arm around the other one and helps them to the finish line? That's what you would need to get 8 hours out of this one. You would need some help. It's a 6 to 8 hour on longevity, but it's really 6 for me, and I would say 8 if you put on clothes. If you put it on your clothes. I hope you do put on clothes. And then make sure you don't walk outside practically at all. So that's how you get 8 hours. When it comes to projection, though, I'm going to say 1 meter, 3 feet away from the body for the first 2 to 3 hours. And then from 3 onward, it does get closer and closer to the skin. And then sillage, I would say the first 2 hours, if you're walking past people, they will notice you. They will ask what you're wearing. And then from 2 hours onward, the scent trail or scent bubble is not going to be that great. So if you enjoy wearing fragrance, I just saw a documentary that was saying that in Japan, for example, fragrance is, it's valued if you wear something close to the skin and that it doesn't project a lot. Well, then something like this would work, because after the 2-hour mark, it starts to really get close. And walking past people, I don't know that they would notice you unless you put a lot on. When it comes to the season, really, there's no doubt here what we're doing. The season, of course, is definitely summer, and summer some more. This one is not really a 365-day a year. I mean, unless you just like, freshies, but I would associate this more with, summer. To me, when I got this in the first smell, I just thought to myself, this just has summer vacation written all over it. This would be perfect. At $20, this would be perfect to grab. It's 50 milliliters. Yeah, so you can bring that in your suitcase. Yeah, so you could just put something like this in for 2 or 3 weeks and rock this juice. It just has summer vacation written all over it. So day and night, you can imagine where I'm going to go with this, which is really a day fragrance. This is more of an out of shower, freshie, and no shame in that. I just wanted to point that out. Versatility is I mean, I don't know that I would wear this for a formal event. This is something I wouldn't choose, and it would be more apt for basically kind of what I'm wearing now. Again, it's just kind of a daily driver for the college student in your life, and so I don't know that versatility is extremely high. That said, though, be careful with that, because a lot of people in frag com get to the point where they only like fragrances or highly value fragrances that are incredibly unique. So one thing you'll see on Fragrantica quite a bit, it makes me laugh, is they'll say, people say, like, I have 300 bottles of cologne and my wife likes this one. Enter any generic designer fragrance that you want. And it's kind of funny, right? Because sometimes we get caught up in all these different smells, and then the people around us just quote unquote like something clean and masculine out of shower that smells good. So what is generic for the frag com snobs can be something that will be an absolute home run for you with your partner. It just depends on where you are. So in your fragrance journey, as they say. So that is the that is the season, and also the versatility. And then I'll go ahead and do gender, but I mean, this one's pretty clear. I've already done age. Age is is 12 and up. But really, the heart of this would be 18 to 22. I mean, you're going to see 24 and below really rocking this as the majority of the people wearing it. Now, let's do gender. This one is definitely a masculine release. It's an out-of-shower, masculine, clean fragrance. Very nice. And so this would be something that would be, I would say, upwards of 90-10. I'm going to go 90% will be on the men's side. I just don't see too many women rocking this one. I mean, it's got cashmere and juniper berries. And then, of course, there's the people who just don't care what notes are. They just like what they like. They're perfect. I just think how it will play out in the market, I think you will see a 90-10 split, 90% men and 10% women. And I will make a plug for this one last time and just say, if it were me personally, I would absolutely love this as a shower gel. I just don't know that I would keep it in my collection just as is. I would prefer this definitely as a shower gel. Okay, so with regard to the rating on this guy, I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 sprays in my 5 spray system. 4 out of 5, 4 and 5 mean that I would keep them in my collection. 1 and 2 are passes. And then 3 is kind of the it depends category. Some of the 3s I have in my collection now as we speak, and then others I pass along. This one is a pass for me personally, but it's just because I have so many aquatics already. And of course, I have tons and tons and tons of Acqua di Gio all pumping through my veins at all times of the day, and so I really don't need this one. I've also had Azzaro Chrome, the original, and I love it, as I said, and I've had many bottles, more than I can count. So this one would be, for me personally, a superfluous choice. I just don't need it in my collection. It just doesn't quite make the cut. Does it mean that I don't like it? No, it does not mean that. I do feel that the cashmere and the juniper berries does relegate it enough into the interesting stage. I just don't know if it's going to catapult it into the unique stage. This is just not a very unique, passionate release from this house. It's more of a cash cow. It's more of a perfect gift for the holidays. etc., etc. So for those reasons, I'm going to go 3 out of 5 for this 2020 release. Let me be clear in my words. Get Chrome Azzaro. If you see a reviewer that says it smells like Windex, unsubscribe for them. And then on top of it, make sure if you have the money to get something like Acqua di Gio Profondo, if you want to get something similar to this, or Polo Blue, and on down the line. I just think there are better options for you out there. If it's a gift, if it's a gift for your high school, your nephew who's graduating high school, by all means get this one. Otherwise, splurge because you deserve it. Boom, boom, and right over the Scooby-Doo emblem. The final time I will be wearing this shirt. It's kind of seen its days, I hope you are doing well. I hope you appreciated this one. I don't want to come across as that I'm bashing it, because I'm not. I just want to be very objective in my reviews, and that's what I'm going to go with. 3 out of 5 sprays. I hope you have a great week. Take care, and always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature. I just couldn't resist because it's a 2020 release. I went ahead and looked up the batch code. I wasn't going to, because I'm just assuming it's 2020, but you know what? I felt like I owed it to you. So, and I also wanted to talk about the bottle and the box. So this is, the batch code is TNO, not 0, OCU, and the batch code was November 2020 on that. The bottom of the bottle, of course, has all the information one would expect. You can see there. And then I will give you a spray. The atomizer is great. There's nothing cheap. There's nothing cheap about the bottle. The bottle fits perfectly. Love the sprayer. The atomizer emits a lot. No leaking. Perfect, actually. Very high quality here in that sense. Sits nicely. I really like the bottle. I also like the fact that it is blue, but then it's dark blue, so it kind of gives the nod of, it's got some cashmere, it's got some woods in it, some amber. I should have mentioned that earlier. It's got some amber and the juniper berries. And so I like what they're doing here. And then, of course, you can see the extreme is written in white. And I do find that a little odd that you have chrome here, Azzaro, and then it's extreme in just white. I think they could have done something a little different for that. That's just me. Here's the box, just in case that is relevant. And I did do one episode on do you keep your boxes, and a fair amount of you do, actually. I don't have too much to say, but because it's a bonus feature, I had a little extra time. I wanted you to see the box, and I wanted to actually talk about the bottle itself. Very, very good when you consider something like this could be had for $20 for the 1.7 fluid ounces, 50 milliliter. It is perfect for a gift-giving experience for the high school graduating nephew in your life. Take care, everybody.